Hello everyone. Got one more video I just wanted to show you guys. I've been thinking for a little while about a type of map that I really wanted to do, and I decided to do something like this. This one's called Sheer, and it's of course set on the Exosphere map. The Parallax map. I'm sorry, that's what it is. But you're looking at it right now, you think, well, what is this? It's just like it seems just like you're doing like a city map. I gotta fix that, by the way. You're just doing like a city map. There's nothing like really unusual about this. We've seen this sort of thing all the time. Well, let's just back out the camera just a little bit. You can see just what I'm going for in this instance. This isn't quite as straightforward as you think it is. Welcome to Sheer. This is a sort of map that I decided to think a little differently about. Yes, I haven't seen people doing sort of stuff like this. This is a mind screw map. And what that means is that this one sort of messes with your head. You'd think that your regular map would be a little bit more on the ground level, but here we decided to mix things up a little bit. I wanted to try something a little bit different. So we have a city, yes indeed, there is a city, but this city is actually on a 90-degree angle. I think of it like an Inception light. I considered making like a full reverse city, but like upside down, but I figured there wouldn't be nearly as much opportunity for movement. So this is the best thing I had. Hope you like vertical combat because this map will definitely feature a lot of it. I'll actually start from the bottom. Should I? Yeah, let's do that. There's still some more work that needs to be done with it though, so don't expect everything to be final. So let's start down here. Now there's still some more construction I'm going to have to do, which is to connect all these things together to allow some more motion. But take a look at this. Isn't this like the strangest thing you would see? This doesn't seem very natural, the fact that all the cars are this way here. And the cars themselves may actually provide some opportunities for motion. If you're, okay, well if you're not like me and if you don't fail, you might find that you can get to higher levels by using the automobiles. And you go to these areas here. And this is what I meant about vertical combat, in that man cannons are absolutely essential to getting around the map. Not, well, 100% necessary. I mean, you can jump, but good luck getting up there without anything. So let's take this up. And now these man cannons are actually put together to allow for much more direct motion up across the map. So I decided to base the map around like a central skyscraper that can be used as a sort of like a heavy combat area. Now I haven't actually included anything to allow for a whole lot more battle. That's the weirdest thing, isn't it? Just to look up and see all the cars there makes you wonder, just am I on the right side or not? It's really, really cool. Actually, like now that I get back and take a look at it, it's actually pretty neat. Like it's strange, it's different, but it looks cool. It makes you question reality in a way. So we can actually go up just a little bit higher too. And primarily, well, of course it's asymmetrical, but I'm also hoping to be used for Slayer. Maybe for larger things, like maybe a big team battle. We'll see. Maybe it's a little bit too one-sided for objective modes. We'll see how it goes. I have to fix this as well. This is still like a little bit in progress, but you can see just what sort of plans I have for this map. If you probably saw, it was chewing up my light budget, so I know I can get on top of this. I tested it so I could. One more try. If not, I'll just have to raise the, oh, I can raise this, I suppose. So, let's just bring that up just a little bit. And it glitched. Okay, we can deal with that a little bit later, but for the time being, it serves my purposes just fine. Oh, wait a second. I'll just turn the magnets off. And I'll just grab this and bring it over here. There we go, much better. And allows much easier access to this here. So we have multiple buildings, multiple ways to get across. I'm going to try to get a little bit creative with some of my crossings, but that's vertigo-inducing right there. It's I originally considered calling it Vertigo, but we already have one Halo map that's called that. So you can actually head down as well. So I'm going to see if I can try to make a way to get make this a little more obvious, but we can drop all the way down. That's a pretty big fall. Again, more work should eventually be done. But this lift will take you up there, and there's an additional man cannon. I forgot where I put it. Oh, it's down below. That allows a bit of a bouncing to go on as well. I really like to link these man cannons together. Ah, there we go. We'll just drop down there. I really like to link the man cannons because it makes the map seem a lot more intricate that way. I was basing stuff off of things in Breakout. And I thought that those were pretty cool, the way that the map designers were able to link together the man cannons to allow for motion around the map, and I decided to try something a little differently. Now there is a deeper level of combat below us, and that comes in the form of these billboards. Now the billboards are going to be attached, but it's actually a pretty intricate way to get around like the map and all that. Like, it's a risky motion. I'm probably going to put something like a power weapon down here to entice other players to come along, but you're actually fairly open over here. People can see you from multiple different angles. It is a bit of a risky jump, so if you utilize your boost a little bit too late, or a little bit too early, you might not clear it and fall to your death. And alternatively, you can always jump back over there, which you will, I believe, you will be able to make it with thruster pack. So, like here, if you did have enough fuel, you could jump over and boom, get over here and get whatever you need. And it still allows for sight lines to attack the players over there. And of course we have a man cannon to get back over, but as I said, actually from here you might not be able to make it, so the man cannon is your only way of hitting back. And the man cannon is specifically tuned to allow for motion over here. Look at that, isn't that trippy or something like that? Imagine you see like the bodies falling from over here. It just seems like pretty strange. Of course I was inspired by Inception, but I hate to say it, but I was also inspired by that one level of Black Ops 3, which had a battle going up a vertical town set in like a World War II sort of environment, and I thought that was actually kind of interesting, so I wanted to try to emulate something like that, but unfortunately I have a budget, and speaking of budgets, I'm going to have to go about and disable a whole lot of things, like these roads down here. The roads themselves are just like they're basically small blocks that I can disable the lighting on because I don't need them to cast shadows and all that. I'm going to be putting a whole lot of trees. They've already been disabled for light baking, and I'm going to have to go around and basically recolor all these buildings so they're a little bit more interesting. The metal over here has been colored in a way it sort of seems like grass, but we'll see what we can do. I might add a few more roads to make it a little bit more interesting, but all in all, this is the basic idea I have with the map. And I was considering putting down like light posts that of course don't have any light coming out of them, and it's detail at this point. It's detail because, well, this is a little bit of an eye-opener because you're wondering like this is not right, this is the way I should be looking, not like this. So you're in a very strange sort of place, but I really like this, so I'm probably going to be working on this a little bit more than I would be working on stuff like the port side or the span, and the span is going to get done. I am going to do some work on that, but at the same time I want to give a little bit of attention to like a project I haven't really seen a whole lot of people doing stuff with. I haven't seen a whole lot of maps like this that really challenge your perception of reality. Like a real long bomb with this, time it correctly. This is going to be a pretty good sniper-friendly map, but the buildings here also serve as pretty good blockings of sight lines. I'm planning to have, well, one team maybe spawn over there, and I'm actually curious to see just what those the lines look like here. So you could potentially have one team that has well, they're in good basic sight with one another, but with your basic plinkers right here, you're not going to be able to do an incredible amount of damage. Your only decision is to go out there and try to find something. I'm probably going to add something on these buildings as well, like little lofts that will act as breaks in the line of sight, or will allow little battles over there, like little rooms, like little balconies and stuff like that. They're going to be mixed around so that they serve like a pretty good purpose here on a horizontal surface for what you would assume is a vertical structure. And I've considered potentially putting interiors and all that, so what this could be a big team battle map? That would be rather interesting. I definitely have a whole lot more room to work with here. Not going so far as up and down. Unfortunately, I'm pretty limited in what I can do in that regard. But otherwise, I'm happy with this. It's looking really, really neat. It's really different, in my opinion. And I'm not just tooting my own horn here. I'm just not seeing a whole lot of maps like this. I really think people can benefit with trying to bend reality to our will, which I think that Forge really offers a pretty good opportunity to do. In terms of these buildings, I might throw one or two on the other side as well, like the other side of the urban center. Like those chromas, I'm probably going to throw those around just for decoration. I might like throw a billboard between like those buildings right there. I really wish we had different types of billboards, to be honest. But it allows for like different means of traversal. It allows for decoration as well. And since they aren't very heavy on my light budget, well, again, I'm going to be messing around with some of these things here so that we can have a little bit more room to play around with. And hopefully when this is done, hopefully it interests some of you guys, like if you wanted to check this out. I'm all for like the innovation. I'm all for something a little different. So I'm guessing all these buildings are going to be connected with these sky bridges, and that would create some pretty good cover because that's vertical, and I don't actually have any vertical sky bridges. So I might actually even put 2 there. It might look rather interesting. There's still more work to be done. I hope you enjoyed this little thing here. Hopefully this little map gets your attention, and hey, hopefully I actually get the interest to finish it, because I think it looks pretty neat. Anyways, thanks for watching.